Last lecture we have seen design of combinational logic. What is the difference between design and the analysis of the combinational logic? In last lecture also we have discussed about the analysis procedure of the combinational logic circuits, in which the logic circuit is given to you, and based on the logic circuit you have to find out the Boolean function, and then you have to map the outputs of the Boolean function for the each gates of the logic circuit. By designing a truth table, we have identified the outputs of the gates. I hope all have understood that concept. Now today we are going to start with the design procedure of the combinational logic circuits. Now already, as we have discussed in the difference, the combinational logic circuit designs are the adder, subtractor, multiplexer, demultiplexer, coders, decoders, code converters, and so on. In the combinational logic designs, the output is depending on to the present input only, and it is a not time dependent, means it is time independent. So at current time, whatever the input is given, based on to that input, the output is going to be generated by the gates. These gates are used to connect the input and the output. That is a combinational logic. Now the first combinational logic circuit we are going to discuss here. Now we know that in digital computers, to perform the various arithmetic operations, we need the different components. The most basic arithmetic operation we are going to perform in the digital computer is the addition. Now the addition of two binary numbers is the task performing by the adder. Now the adders are of two types. The first one is half adder and second one is the full adder. When the addition of two binary inputs is going to be performed by the adder, that adder you have to call as it is the half adder. And when the addition of two binary inputs and the carry generating by the higher bits performing by the logic circuit is the full adder. Now remember, half adder takes two inputs. It performs the addition of two binary numbers and gives the output of sum and carry. Now based on these two definitions, now I am going to draw the logic diagram of the half adder. Half adder takes two binary inputs, input A, input B. These are the binary values, and it gives the output as a sum and carry. This is a half adder. It is the output and this is the input. Similarly, when we are performing the addition of three inputs and the output is generating in the form of sum and carry, that adder is the full adder. First we'll discuss about the half adder, then we'll go for the full adder. Now, when I am talking about the half adder and when I am saying that the half adder performs the addition of two binary inputs. Now, this is the truth table of the truth table of the half adder. Now, here you can see the half adder is having two inputs. The first one is the A, second one is the B, and it is generating the output as a carry and sum. This truth table, now I can say that when the inputs are 0, 0, the output generating by half adder is a 0 and carry is 0. When input is 0 and 1, the output generated as sum is 1 and carry is 0. Similarly, when input is 1 and 0, the output is sum is a 1 and carry is a 0. And when the inputs are 1, 1, the sum is 0 and carry is 1. Now why I am taking here the 4 input values for the variable a and b? Because we know that raised to n formula to find out the possible input combinations. Now here two variables are there. So 2 raised to 2 is equal to 4 input combination values. If I will take the 3 variables for the full adder, then 2 raised to 3, that is 8 input combinations you have to show. Now the question is going to be asked to you like this: design the half adder. At that time, first upon you have to identify the input values for the half adder. Then you have to draw the truth table. Now once the truth table you have a draw, now you have to identify the simplified expression for the half adder. Now to simplify the Boolean expression for that, we have to use the K-map technique. Now two variables are there. So two variable K-map I can use. Now the two variable K-map I can draw like this. This is a variable A. This is a variable B input. The values are 0 and 1. This K-map is for the sum. The second K-map I can draw for the carry. Input A, input B, 0, 1, 0, 1. This is the K-map for the carry. Now plot the values of the half adder onto the K-map. Now for the carry. For the carry, the outputs are 0, 0, 0 and 1. Now first try for the pairs. Is the pair possible here? No. There is only one available, which is an isolated one. Circle the isolated one and find out the term which is expressing by that isolated one. Now this is the A and B. Now the expression representing by the carry is equal to AB in this case. Now we'll find out the expression for the sum. Now the sum is having the values 0, 1, then 1, 0. Try for the pairs. No pair is possible. Both the ones are isolated one. Circle the isolated ones and find out the expression. Now the expression representing by this one is A bar B plus this one is representing the terms as A B bar. Now the expression representing by the sum is A bar B and plus A B bar. Now again we know that the A bar B plus A B bar is the expression of the XOR. Now I can write the expression like this: A XOR B. Now this is the final simplified expression of the sum and this is the expression representing by the carry. Now once we'll identify the simplified expressions. Now my next task is design the logic diagram. Now first we'll draw the logic diagram for the sum. Now XOR operation is performing by the two inputs A and B. Now I can use the XOR gate. The inputs given variable A and B. The output generating is A XOR B, which is nothing but the sum. Now for a carry, the inputs required are A and B. A I am giving as a first input, B I am giving as a second input. The output generating is a AB, which is nothing but the carry. This is the logic diagram of the half adder. I hope all you have cleared the concept of half adder.